So, it's that time of year again where Steam starts dumping a pile of content in everybody's hands, and well, what better way to start than with something kind of simple? In this case, Temtem Swarm. For those not familiar with what this is, it was a creature collector that came out a few years back. I don't remember exactly how long ago at this point. People really lauded it as a replacement for Pokemon for a little bit, and then it just kind of fell off the face of the earth, or for the most part, to my knowledge. But now it's back as a Survivor-style game, which is an interesting choice to say the least. But, you know, we'll see how well it accomplishes it. I do have the next best command set up again, so if people wish to know about the thing, it'll be there for you. Let's see, we could claw things, we could throw ink at things, or we could make our cooldowns faster. Cooldowns do seem like a good idea, but another technique might not be the worst idea either. We'll try clawing things. Nice close range attack to balance out with our range attack might not be a bad idea. AoE moves usually are pretty good. Duration's usually good. We now have something that isn't water, so I don't know if I want a specific water boost. I'll take the duration. See if that affects the duration of the claw attack too or not. Barrier seems like a good idea, but I'm not committed to that idea. Pansons I know are currency, so I want more currency anyway. Meanwhile, we'll just keep on grabbing cubes and going from there for now. Do let me know if any of my audio is out of whack, by the way, because Windows update happened. Didn't seem like anything went stupid, but you can never be sure with Windows update whether it broke anything. You always gotta be a little bit mindful. Yeah, sure, just raise my scratch damage. That seems fine. Got new enemies walking in already. Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. Oh wow, we got our ultimate already. Okay, so I kind of figured that was going to take more levels to get, but I guess level 5 is when we get that. Works for me. We'll hang on to that in case we need it. At least for now. I don't know how long it takes to charge that, because I tried this once, but I didn't really, like, really try. Think I can break these open? Yeah. Break them open, get money. When in doubt, bust open somebody's piggy bank. Okay, I'm gonna head over to this marker over here because I assume that's gonna be something useful. Based on what the store page implied, it sounded like we had to catch other critters to use them as other starting choices. So I would really like to get into that idea, so we get to see what some of the other options are, if that's even a viable option in the demo. Okay, it's getting a little crowded. Maybe... It depends on how well... Okay, that's how that blade move works. We'll just go ahead and clean out so I get some breathing space. You look like you're worth money. Ooh. Lots of money. And we also get an upgrade. Oh, we get all of them. Okay. I was like, why would I take 3 to 4? I mean, why would I take 2 to 3 when I have 3 to 4? That's odd. Okay, presumably the cherries heal. I mean, technically I was here first, ABC, but sure, you can believe you're first, yes. Don't draw attention to that, ABC. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, I gotta break the nest. You're good, you're good. Just one of those, sometimes you need a reminder. Oh, wow, they spawn a lot of enemies. There are a lot of enemies. Theoretically, we'll be okay. I'm not making any progress toward breaking the nest, so I'm just kind of hoping. It took damage at some point there, but I'm not entirely sure how that worked. But we can become stronger, so it's fine. Just gotta chip away at what I need to do here, and we'll be all good. Extra projectile will make a big difference there, probably. Definitely need more piercing. Just a simple thing here. We do have our ultimate charged in case things go horribly awry, but I'm gonna avoid using it if I don't need to. Does this make me go faster? It does. Okay. So that's how that works. Ooh. Boss enemy, I presume? You know, maybe now is a good time to use the ultimate then. Give us some room to fight the big one. Interesting that their attack direction showed going straight that way, and then they... Oh, there are arrows on it showing that they can turn, though. Okay. Good to know. As long as we just keep looping, we should be absolutely fine. We've already almost reached 1,000 dead enemies here, which is a little silly, but also kind of par for the course for this type of game. What do we get this time? Oh, that does have a cap, and we've hit it for our claw. Okay. So we won't, I presume we won't be seeing upgrades for it anymore unless it can change to a different technique. Oh, it's getting a little spicy. Not sure I like how much they spawn, but I presume there's a reason for it. Ooh, bigger area for the water blades. Yes, yes, yes. This way it can clear more, because boy do we need to clear more. Like, we don't seem to take a ton of damage per hit, but there's getting to be a few too many. A little too constantly for my liking. As long as I just keep relatively cautious, we should be fine. Give or take, you know. It depends on if it gets any rougher out here. If they keep on pushing more and more enemies, then it could get really bad. Summoning circle. Okay. Ah, okay. Boosted experience for defeating the things that got summoned. Unfortunately, our ultimate didn't kill them, and they went through pretty fast. Ah, it was a magnet, I think. Okay. So they seem to have all the genre staples. Okay, and things do keep getting summoned, but it seems like since we don't have control over where our attacks are going, this really isn't the most viable of methods here. More health is probably a good idea with how very full the screen gets. Okay, purple cubes are more experience. I assume green is either between blue and purple or above purple. More water blades, yes, yes. What I'm assuming is the color changing isn't so much that they're dropping things that are worth more, I think they're combining them so that they don't melt people's CPUs. More piercing. And I left the music and sound a little on the soft side, so it may be not as clear as I would like, but it should be fine. Oh, that's a freeze. I kind of dig that. That's kind of neat. It also seems to be doing damage over time to them, too.
Well,
works.
He's dead. Real shame. He will be missed.
I mean, there are a lot of things that are dead, but I'm not. Not yet, anyway. Oh no, there's a long way to go before I'm dead. I still have half a health bar. And I'm not being very greedy. Ooh, what's this? Is this invincibility? This is invincibility. Okay. Very temporary invincibility, presumably, but better than nothing. One thing that may be adding a layer to me sounding different, by the way, is I have different headphones on that I can hear myself better through. So I'm not talking as loud, because I'm not compensating for my own inability to hear myself, for lack of a better way of putting it. So I think I might have been over-projecting before to compensate for how much the headset I had before deadened my own hearing. Because it can be a very odd perception you can have of your own volume, depending on what you can hear. Same reason why you'll experience people that are hard of hearing speaking louder, because they may not realize that they're doing that. And of course that joke has to happen. That's an inevitability there. Go ahead and clear house a bit here, but we are probably not making it much longer. This is already longer than the test run went, so I'm pretty happy about that at the very least. Now, the only question is, am I actually going to get to spend any of this? And does any of this currency mean anything in the demo? Alright, ABC. Yep, good luck studying. Appreciate you being here regardless. I kind of want to fight that thing, but also I'm curious about what the marker over there is, so I feel like in the interest of increasing my life expectancy, I'm going to walk all the way over here and just keep walking away from the thing that seems dangerous. So I am almost certainly going to have to deal with him at some point. I'm just kind of hoping to be able to fade out till I can get my ultimate up to clear some space. No idea if that'll work out in my favor, but I'm hopeful. Or, you know, they're just gonna send a random fast-moving bunch at me and take a bunch of my health off. Stay inside the zone to activate. Okay. Oh, I have to not leave this circle for that time? Nope, that ain't happening. We don't have the health for that kind of shenanigans. Okay, there's a healing item over here. And he's running right over it, because of course he is. He doesn't seem to have a ton of health. But neither do we. And I can't get an angle at him to actually actively fire water blades at him. I do like these golden enemies that seem to drop a lot of money and treasure. I presume they're this game's version of elite enemies. Oh, I'm dead. There's no way around that one. He headed me off of the pass in a real bad way. All in all, not bad. We unlocked things. Ah, there we go. Now we actually have access to the skill tree. Okay. This was one of the things that caught my attention with this, is the fact that it actually gives each Tem like a whole skill tree to work with. Now we can actually spend our money. Go ahead and boost our damage a bit, because we definitely need that. Speed would also be very good, because we are very sluggish currently. Just flat tsunami damage, sure. A little bit of luck never hurt. I can't get that, because it looks like I probably need to reach a certain level with luck to get into that. We definitely want increased health. Okay, yeah, I need to get one more level, because that'll fill the other dot, because that's what happened over here. I was just checking on something. Anyway, may as well just spend a bit more money on damage. I'm not going to spend all of our money because I don't know if we're going to get any other characters to use. Ah, okay, so we have to defeat a certain thing to get an egg over there. Survive for 15 minutes, we get another stage. Oh, because we defeated the other boss, we got the skill trees. Okay, that's how that all works. Okay, now that makes sense. And we get a playable Tem over here, but it's locked behind that one. Okay. So I need to focus up and actually defeat whatever goals he is, it looks like. We can get a new skill if we go over there. Gotta live long enough to use an ultimate 15 times. Or just, you know, keep respawning enough times to do it, I guess, would also technically work. Synergies. We don't have water cannon. Like, I presume I've unlocked water cannon now for that to be there. Okay, let's just go back in. Oh yeah, this is multiplayer, which is worth noting. And yeah, that's how you access the skill menu. There's variations too, which is interesting, but I have no idea what those mean yet, because I have no access to such things. I am too weak, too poor. One of these days it'll actually shoot the right way. There we go. Yeah, having all of our abilities be slightly more effective should help a lot. This AoE field will probably be a much better choice for us, since our biggest issue was clearing. Scratch was okay, but I don't think I'm too jazzed about that. I think we're better served just by having this field around us and then like focusing on water skills, since we seem to get benefits from water moves anyway. The water blade was dependent on the direction we were facing, which is not ideal, because that means running towards our enemies. Might fish to see if I can get water cannon, if water cannon's even an option yet, which is hard to say really one way or the other. Yeah, all damage being up by 5 is better.
Kill them all.
Always. Always better to kill them all. Don't need that heal. I don't know how long those heals will stay on the map, but hopefully they'll stick around long enough for us to make use of, if we actually need it. Though it's gonna be a long walk to get back to it, more than likely. Which could be inconvenient, to say the least. Seems like the nodes spawn in the same spots, considering we have a node to our right again. And when I did my test game, I also had a node to the right at the same time. So I think some of that might be set in stone, which is a little odd for this type of game. Ooh, expanding the area on our AoE around us. Very good, very good. It seems to be strong enough to kill the average enemy immediately, so that should save us some trouble. Of course, now we're finding all the healing items now that we don't need them, because we already died. And I did see that there is a way to revive your teammates in this, based on some information they had put out for it on the store page. So that's good. That's kind of important in this type of game, because you've got some of these where you're just like out the entire time, and it's unfortunate across the board. And I know that the original Temtem had a weakness system. You know, your typical elemental weaknesses and such. So I wonder if that affects this one at all or not. Like, I don't know how deep they went with their systems for this. Based on the current experience, I would assume not super deep. And yeah, we'll probably be able to actually break the nest this time, because we can actually hit the nest. And we'll see what opening those nests does for us. I don't know what any of that did. It was just things. I picked them up, and now they're mine. Eventually, this golden boy will die. But it seems like our wave is kind of falling behind. We could evolve, and we probably should. Because I don't know if there's any reason not to. And I'm kind of banking on the possibility that new techniques exist within the evolution compared to the original form. And, you know, just being stronger across the board never seems like a bad idea, if you really think about it. And yeah, this is a summoning circle again, so I wonder if all the events are the same each time. It's entirely possible that they would remain consistent. Also, we can definitely take way better advantage of the freeze with our current setup than we did last time. Just mopping the floor with them. Yeah. Just on. Yep, just keep raising our damage. Do note that we only can have 4 gear and 4 attacks. So I really shouldn't go too crazy with random gear, and I don't know if the synergies thing we saw was like synergy between items and gear and things like that. Also, yeah, I did turn that command on. Okay. I just wanted to double check that because the commands are going to be kind of important today, so that y'all can get the pages to wishlist these games without me just like randomly throwing them around. I could get 5% more damage again. Yeah, just keep raising general damage. Because the thing is, we've been fishing for the hydro cannon for a bit so far, and we still haven't seen it, so I'm a little worried that we don't have access to it. And we're already approaching the half-hour mark. I might give this the full hour depending on how this run goes. Like, if we actually unlock another character, I might give it the full hour. This was originally going to just be like a quick half-hour warm-up, but this has been pretty fun, so I'm willing to just let this play out, basically. Ooh, there's also just set the everything on fire. I can get behind that. I like setting things on fire. And it looks like the boss order is the same, because that's the same one we just fought at the beginning before. Just hang out kind of close to them, and we'll be able to just tick them to death. Also keeps us away from their main spray attack there anyway, so not really too big a deal, all things considered. Get back here. I don't have range to kill you from a distance. I need you to stay closer to me. I don't want to be alone. Yeah, you slash that air. You show that wall. Contact damage, my unbeloved. Yes, faster cooldowns, please. There we go, boss down. And I'm assuming Grozzy is probably the boss we died to. So we just need to basically live just a bit longer than the last time, and it means I should focus on killing him instead of running off to see what the other event was. And we should be in a pretty good spot. Invincibility is actually going to be almost clutch here. Like, we're not in any real danger, but it'll make it easier for me to, like, walk through the mob here like that. I wonder if abilities upgrade, and maybe that's why I haven't seen Water Cannon? Like, maybe I need to grab one of the other abilities so I can get that? I do appreciate how it shows you what is affected by what. So, like, Wave is affected by all of our bonuses up there. Which, since Wave is half of our bread and butter here, I probably should keep upgrading it. That would be wiser than just leaving it in the dust, you know? I mean, part of me is thinking about actually using my ultimate, and part of me is like, you know, maybe I shouldn't keep it in the pocket for too long, because I feel like I'm losing efficiency by just keeping it held in the pocket too long. And actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure skills will upgrade now that I think about it, because our claw maxed out and didn't change, but we may have just not rolled the thing that makes it change, too. And you know what? Hell with it. Cleanse the world in water. Yeah, see, now Wave is maxed out. But since it's maxed out, it should remove it from the pool, theoretically, if there isn't an upgrade made available for that. Poison everything. Okay, so it seems like there's one for basically like all of the elements available, as far as like a pickup that does an area thing. I'm gonna keep running this way to get to the event for the moment, and just kind of hope we find a magnet, much as I usually do. Give me the cherries. Just keep ducking, diving, and dodging. And I'm not just saying duck because I'm a platypus. At least I assume this is a platypus. Why else would they call it platypet? Now, this time we might actually be able to do the control zone thing. It's gonna get rough, but I think we might actually be able to do it, especially with our ultimate charged. It's gonna hurt our health pretty drastically, but I want to know what we get for succeeding here. I think it'll be worth it. There we go, get a bigger key field. Get a reward box. That's definitely worth it. Because now key field's also maxed out. Now let's get out of here, go get our heal, and hopefully we'll be able to maintain. So I think we're ahead of where we were last time time-wise, so I Don't think the other boss is around yet, otherwise he would have been marked on our little radar thing already. So, this is what I meant about saying that getting back to this cherry was going to take some time, because I knew it was way far away from everything we moved off to. Oh, I want that chest, but there's so much death around it. Give loot. I think I'm running out of upgrades for things, because our little scale for boosting our damage is also maxed out now. Constantly increasing our attack area is kind of huge. Okay, sonar is also maxed out now. We seem to be getting most of the same attacks still, so I'm figuring our attack set doesn't have anything else in it, which is unfortunate. I think my fishing for a different attack is not going to pan out. Though it's interesting, we haven't seen the toxic move that we saw at the beginning of the last attempt again yet. We just keep seeing claw and claw and claw. I wonder if you kind of like set your path a little bit based on what you take. Let's take the claw again and see if something happens. I'm assuming though that the claw popping up is just going to be replaced with claw power-ups now, so it's not really going to change our situation too much. There's our boss. I need to go find some more barrels before I deal with him, though, in the hopes of finding more health, since we kind of have to play the near game here. So now that we cleared his friends out, I can get away with chipping away at him a bit. Nope, get out of the circle. Don't stand in bad. Okay, that magnetized all the Pansons in particular. In what context, ABC? Because I feel like that's a very wide question. Exactly what just happened. The fact that we were gonna get trapped in, and that. Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. The inevitability of death in that situation. The situation by which I was not going to be able to
He's
get
dead. Real
another
shame.
heal.
He will be missed.
Is without another heal, I knew exactly how that was gonna play out. And we got a platypet trait, at least. I mean, there was a little bit of linger, but close enough. Looks like we gained a few things. I don't know what any of these mean without looking in the various sets here, but we'll figure it out. Critical probability. Interesting that we unlocked this one, but we didn't unlock the one leading to it. That's a bit interesting. Cooldown of ultimates. That would definitely help a lot. I don't want to overinvest in Platypet, but it's looking like we might have to just to get anything done. Cooldown of techniques, definitely. Oh, that's the one we unlocked, which we're not going to be able to do anything with because we need to get this node before we can get either of these. So what all did we actually get? Equip 4 techniques that share the same type. Oh, we got a hologram technique. Protein bar gear. Yeah, we still haven't survived long enough, and we still haven't beaten that boss. Okay, Okay, so we have Synergy Wave Plus now. So there might be something meaningful that'll happen. We've gotten Water Blade 5 as well. Yeah. Oh, now we have Skill Tsunami Knockback. That's why the other one's available. Okay. I don't think... Did we reach that? I don't know if we hit 25. I wasn't really paying attention to our level. I mean, we're already over the half hour anyway. We'll just go ahead and go back in with the Platypet then. Because one more run will probably put us right about at the mark I would want to be past the half hour. It's just a little unfortunate that the unlocking seems to be slightly slow burn unless you get lucky. Slash actively go, like, read the list ahead of time. Ooh, just straight up increase the number of projectiles. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, bear in mind, sometimes I forget the things I say, like, right after I say them, too, so... There's always a reality in which you're responding to something I said, but it's not firing in my brain what you're responding to, because I don't know what I said anymore. So now and then that gets a little confusing. Wow, we got a bunch of new gear, apparently. Well, let's just keep increasing our number of projectiles, but that just seems like a great idea. Though it doesn't seem like it's doing anything? Unless they're all firing together in front of me, which seems odd. Yeah, let's preemptively run this way, because presumably the zone's gonna spawn over here again. And this way I can see if that actually works the way I think it does. Because if we can preempt it, we might actually be able to benefit a bit there. Why do things always seem to end up having pings while I'm trying to do a thing? And yeah, see, it appeared pretty close to us, because I think I kind of stopped a bit short here. Yep, there it is. And there we go. Now, presumably, Wave Plus and things like that involves getting something that combines with it. And I'm currently banking on Water Blade and Wave combining. And my current logic for what's happening with the plus projectile thing, if it isn't a bug, it probably only increases the amount that something's projectiles increase, like if it gains additional projectiles on its own. And since Water Blade does gain a projectile upgrade along the way, I'm assuming that it'll like turn from it gets +1 to more like +3 projectiles. But it's gonna take some testing to find out. As it stands, the setup's doing a little bit better than it did last time. Let's actually take the armor this time. Even though I'm not usually about armor, it seems like a good idea right now. Because we do end up kind of having to soak some damage no matter how we do things, because honestly our safest setup was probably that last one, and we still ended up soaking a lot of damage. Though it was my own fault for sitting in that control zone and fighting for it as hard as I did. I could have just skipped that in favor of being safer with the boss fight like I had originally thought I was gonna do. But, you know, opportunity knocked, and sometimes I'm a fool and answer the door. I can't really tell the difference for the projectiles that much. It might be that this belt doesn't work. No, never mind. I'm seeing a lot more projectiles now. It may have just had like a little bit of a warm-up period. Yeah, let's go ahead and evolve rather than taking the max out option for our water blade at the moment, because the evolution is potent. And either I killed the summoned enemies rather quickly, or they just didn't happen. There's our maxed water blade. Now we just need to max out wave to see if my theory is correct, because presumably if you have two things maxed out, that'll synergize. Much like any of these other games, they will then offer you the synergy option. No, there's water blade. Oh! It combines with the belt. Aha! That's actually a much better technique for us, too, because it doesn't involve it targeting forward anymore. We now just hit a lot of things around us. So we're actually suddenly in a much better position. Which makes me wonder, what does wave combine with, then? I don't think it'll necessarily tell me straight out. So we'll just have to figure that out. Also, can I say that we're finding a lot of Pansun magnets and not a lot of experience magnets, and that makes me sad. Oh, there's first boss. Wait, we really have been leveling that fast this time? God damn. We're doing a pretty good job this time, apparently. Since we've got a synergized move, the evolution, and a good amount of gear going here. I didn't really think we were doing that well, but apparently we're just rolling right now. I guess the upgrades are paying off. And a little bit of logic, as usual, is beneficial too, of course. So I don't think we've even gotten like a bunch of chests or anything to get these upgraded. It's sped up. Okay, there's our second to last upgrade for wave. Let's go grab the health. And based on what we know about the reward for the capture point thing, I'm just not gonna do it unless we're really safe to do so this time, and then we'll fight the boss instead. Because we got some good damage on that boss last round. If I went for the key wave thing, in addition to what we have going on now, I think we'd actually be really safe most of the time. Because we'd have just good coverage all around us. But I think I'm going to hang out around this peach, because I presume this peach will heal more than the cherries did. And then we'll see about making use of that. Because now that we have these spinning blades, it seems like we've got pretty good coverage like I had hoped. We're keeping their numbers down. I could grab Fluid Barrier, but it's a melee water move. But then again, if we're trying to aim for like the 4 water move thing, I would need to take that probably, because we only know of one other water move and we haven't even seen it, so I don't think we can even do the 4 of 1 type of skill thing right now. Because I don't think we even have a 4th water move, period, at the minute. He says he considers the option of getting the safety field. Yeah, our damage output is actually kind of scary right now. But then again, this is the benefit of actually, like, sticking around and gaining our levels instead of fucking around the whole time. There's always that option. Water Bomb would be nice, but... That was our ultimate move. That was Tsunami. That's what that little circle next to our health bar is. That's the recharge on Tsunami. It's basically our only real way to clear if we're in a bad spot. So I try to keep that in our pocket until bad things are happening, which is pretty frequent in this game, considering they pile in a lot, like they're doing right now. But we've only got about half a charge, so we can't use it. I mean, this would work on our current things, so it might be the one that synergizes with Wave. And it might be that there's different synergies for anything that affects an item, too. I don't know. But we don't have that information yet. Okay, let's see how much this heals. Well, it healed all of our current damage, so it either heals for a lot or don't know. It's got potential idea-wise, I just don't know if it's true. Yeah, I'll take the cooldowns. Now I'm out of room for gear, though, until some... No, because even when something synergized, it stayed in the lineup, so... Unless it requires max leveling something, I don't think any of our stuff synergizes. Which is a real shame. But I'm pretty confident both sides of it would have to be max leveled, so... I think that's going to be true. We're just going to have to focus on leveling those two things. And then we will find out how this works. It seems like the armor thing I have isn't really synergizing with anything. But it's definitely helping a lot, because we've taken quite a few hits and our health has not gone down nearly as fast. Now, I technically do have a planned order of demos I'm going to do today, but I do have a bunch of spares as well. Wait. But I only have 4 gear slots. What happens if I click... Oh, you can voluntarily replace them. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to know how that worked. So it's not... You're not locked in... Yeah, this is a demo. Everything I'm doing today is demos. It's almost like the title says demos. Crazy concept that the title would be accurate. And that's how the Steam Next Fest always works, is everything involved with its demos. It's all going to be demos of games that are coming out soon-ish in a lot of cases. Like, a fair few that I saw when I was sifting through are coming out in the next couple weeks. Oh, there you go. That explains why you didn't know. Ooh, we actually got our sonar most of the way to max just from this chest. This was a very good chest. So now all of our attacks are much larger. Yeah, no, titles are always important to read, because there's going to be a lot of information in there. And that's also why the Next Fest command is active today. This way people can wishlist the games they see me playing if they want to. How many levels does this go up to? I think it was 7 for the armor, so it's probably gonna be the same here. I don't know how to answer your question. Here, let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I have a command set up that you can see the game. And anybody can use that command anytime they want to. And I will be changing that every time I change games, which will be happening here in another like 12 minutes because every game's only getting a half hour to an hour, so I can actually get through more than like 2 demos today. Is I picked out like 30 demos and I cut out a lot of them already because I was testing all of them beforehand. Yeah, I want people to get to actually have easy access to the things they see, because that's half the point to covering these, is so that things I see good potential in actually get the attention they deserve and actually have more of a prayer of making good sales, so hopefully they get supported. Because way too many games will release on Steam and then just kind of die because nobody notices that they exist or not enough people buy it, etc. This one I don't think is going to be a case of it launches and dies because they made a good amount of money on Temtem before this, but I also wouldn't be shocked if they threw away a lot of that money. That's neither here nor there. There we go. That's Sonar maxed out, and hopefully Sonar synergizes with Wave. We'll find out. I'm hoping it kind of synergizes to make like a giant wave. We shall see. But we're also going to be dealing with the boss here soon, so this could still backfire on me. I was kind of hoping to achieve that synergy before the boss showed up. I forget if he's at 14 or 15. Presumably he'd be at 15 because it would make the most sense to have it be a nice flat number, but I wouldn't bank on it. The consistency of such things is rarely accurate. I do not see Wave Plus, so maybe the Hydro Turbine is necessary for it? Because that does work with it as well. I mean, consistency is key to some things. It's not key to everything. I'm gonna take a risk. And I'm gonna get rid of our Fortify Band in favor of Hydro Turbine. Switch from defense to attack, basically. Because I think our attack set's good enough now that we can kind of defend ourselves just through direct attacking everything around us. And thus just keep control instead of needing to block damage. There's no guarantee that this will work, but that's the logic I'm operating under. Which should sound familiar because the logic I operate under for most things. If nothing can touch you, nothing can hurt you. Ooh, it's a nest. Okay, we'll break this nest because we can basically freely attack it at most of the time because of the fact that we swing our attacks in 4 directions. And there we go. Nice, easy reward. And we got a full heal from it. So that worked out perfectly. Ooh. Oh, that's them being frozen. I thought, since they had the bubble around them, I thought it was a pickup of some kind.
Victory.
Did I miss the other boss somehow? Because we've got an actual boss here now. Huh. Well, this is concerning. I might have killed the other mid-boss without realizing it, which would actually be really funny. Ooh, we actually get our third evolution. Ta-da! Oh wow, we're a lot faster now. And we seem to be doing fine against this boss fight, so that's good news. It's probably gonna stop being fine if I ever let it hit me with any of its moves. So far, only the minions have been hitting me, and they really haven't been any more of an issue than normal. And there is a healing item in the vicinity. With our current speed, we can definitely go snag it. In fact, I'm potentially gonna... No, that's further away than I thought. Let's go grab that poison thing I saw instead, and then we'll go swing around for the other one. I don't think so. Just because I throw water blades doesn't mean you get to. We may as well just finish this thing off, because it's almost dead. Down he goes. Oh, that's actually the win condition for this. Okay. So we actually have a winning run. Okay. And yeah, I did defeat that thing along the way. I just straight up didn't notice him this time. So that's pretty funny. We didn't find out what the wave synergy is, but we do have 2 eggs now and a new stage. So I was right in thinking that that was Golzy. But how do eggs even work? Oh, okay, so you have to do the marker at 3 minutes on any map. Okay. Well, we won't be doing that because we're already at the hour mark, give or take. We'll take another look through our skills to see what we unlocked. It's unfortunate that we only unlocked the other eggs at this point. If I had just done a better run right out the gate, we would have been able to see more of that. But that's just how it be sometimes. And based on how this is playing, I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back up on the channel when it's actually out anyway. Which, I don't think this had a release date listed, but let me double check. Q4 of this year, so theoretically in the next 2 months it'll come out. It looks like we didn't really gain too many new skills that are in our reach. What's in the kudos after this, if I can even access them? Yeah, I have to catch Ori over here, and then catch Inky. Oh, defeat Nesla in less than 1 minute. I assume less than 1 minute from it spawning. And then we get Sparkling Bullet. Hey, we've also got things over here. But we looked at some of these already, yeah. Yeah, neat little Vampire Survivors style game. Pretty good if you're into that sort of thing. I'm gonna go ahead and start the ad a little early just so y'all don't stare